Love to Hate, the podcast that asks the question, what do you love to hate?
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
Movies, television, music, books, nerd things, current events.
And I hate your ass face!
Do you love it?
No! No! Hell no! No!
Do you hate it?
Yes! You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard! I'm charting your general direction!
No more foreplay.
Love to Hate starts now.
I'm Philip Fullman,
I'm Brandon Luna.
and that must mean it's Love to Hate.
It is.
Excellent, we're back, and without like a 3-month break in between.
Exactly right, yeah. This is the way it should be.
Coming in quarterly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's,
No. Yeah, quarterly sucks. We need to get...
we've done like weeks in a row now.
Exactly, yeah. That's kind of the way I planned it, exactly.
Wow.
So it's a good thing. And
Excellent.
you've got a topic that you just love to hate, and you want to talk about it.
What I love is you said don't pound the table, because you already saw the direction this was going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, so I opened the paper this morning, as I do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wait, what's the paper? What is that?
I don't
Are you talking about the
have time.
interwebs?
Yeah, just Google it.
Okay,
It'll
all right.
probably be a lot easier.
All right.
So I opened the morning paper, as I do, and Frisco ISD, it stands for Independent School District, and Frisco is, for those of you listening abroad, Frisco.
broad.
I said broad. Frisco is a what would you call it? A city that's a
yeah.
it's like a giant suburb of the Dallas metroplex.
Yeah, we're not talking about Frisco like San Francisco.
Not San Francisco, no. But anyway, they just had a bond issue that was voted on for a sales tax increase of, I think, 17 cents to property values for their school district.
Correct.
The voters said no. So now the school district's going through and looking at all these things. What can they do? Because now there's going to be a $30 million shortfall. So they're talking about cutting jobs, cutting salaries. They're going to cut programs for students. They're looking at all these different things they can do so that they can make up this $30 million. Now, interestingly enough, a couple of years ago, they voted to give, coincidentally, $30 million to a billionaire who owns the most not expensive, but the most valued sports franchise in the world.
You mean America's team?
In some cases, yeah.
That's what they call
They
them.
certainly have that moniker, America's team. I mean, if you think of America's dysfunctional, it fits.
Yeah.
They gave him $30 million to build his practice facility out in Frisco.
Correct.
Now they're short $30 million.
I wonder where that came from.
I'm seeing a correlation. Why do you give a billionaire money?
No, I don't understand either.
This makes no sense. Then you've got to go back to the taxpayers and say, hey, we need more money so that we can provide essentials for our students. But yet all weekend, they had the games on ESPNU. They were nationally televised, and it was this big deal to have all these football teams from the Frisco city of Frisco go out and play at this brand new stadium with the big star. All it needs is like a picture of Jerry that looks like something out of Citizen Kane to really make it work.
Right. I always kind of pictured like Biff from Back to the Future 2.
That would work, yeah. It just boggles my mind. But now it's like you can't have just a regular stadium. Frisco has a stadium up the street that all the teams could go to. Like, well, then we're sitting on bleachers. Like, you know what? You're a high school student. You don't need to be playing on AstroTurf with a Jumbotron. Just go out and play the stupid game. All this does is it feeds the egos of these kids to make them think that they're better than they actually are, when most of them aren't even going to make it through college playing football, and certainly none in the pros. So what's the point of this? When did it become about sports and not education? I mean, Texas has this very screwed up relationship with football where we worship it like a golden idol and you can do no wrong, and you might as well piss on the Texas flag as insult football.
Yep.
I just don't. It is so wrong-headed, and I'm a native of this state. There's many things I love, but this is one I just don't get. When the world changed? Where the hell was I?
Yep. When did education take a backseat to sports?
Yeah, because you know what? Your kid's going to get a lot more out of their education and then being able to go to college than they are because, they set some record in high school. So when they're 45 and they have nothing else to do because they're a middle-aged car salesman, they can go sit there and talk about how they won the big game like their Uncle Rico.
Right. Yep, that was coming from me. You just stole my Uncle Rico joke, but that's fine.
I apologize. And I didn't pound the table.
No, you're fine. Yeah.
It boggles my mind.
It does. It does. Sports have taken a major spot in the education system over education, which is very annoying. Because when you look at it on the surface, basically it's a gladiatorial sport. It's entertainment, for entertainment's sake. They're in the grand scheme of things. The world ends as we know it. The history books are pulled out. Are sports stats really going to be something that people are going to save? No. You're going to save, the history of the world. You're going to save medical issues. You're going to all these, medical things. You're going to save all the stuff that matters. In the grand scheme of things, sports are a complete and utter waste of time.
They're a distraction.
They are. They're entertainment for entertainment's sake.
Exactly. And at some point, and here's the scary thing, is these people are in charge of educating kids.
Yeah.
And they've made these horrible financial decisions. Whatever happened to, telling kids, hey, pay your bills. Pay the rent, pay the electric, make sure you have food, and you pay your water bill before you go out and you spend money on dates or you spend money on just crap that you don't need. Now they've gone out and spent money on crap they didn't need.
Yep.
And now they can't afford to have programs for the students.
Yeah,
and
it's just for Frisco to live as if. That's all it is. It's just for Frisco to step up to that next level, like, oh, we host the sports team of the world here at our little facility, and now education's going to suffer for it. That's totally ass backwards.
Wrong-headed.
Yeah,
and the answer to or what people would reply is, well, it actually saves them money because, as they said, now they don't have to go build stadiums for all those schools. To which I say, why the hell would you need to build stadiums for all those schools? Again,
right.
You have one central stadium.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yep.
It doesn't matter that you're playing in the sun anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
as far as cities that have their mind in the right place, Allen's probably a little better off. They've got all those. Basically, they have one team, right, and all those high schools kind of field to that one thing. So that's the way it should be. But I think the rest of Texas just thinks about it a different way. They think about it as, football is a big deal. We need to make sure we have all this entertainment for these people and these opportunities for these kids. But it's not the right thinking at all.
The coach of Baylor, who just got, I don't know, was he let go? I don't know. Whatever happened because Baylor was covering up. I'm not going to use the word indiscretions. Well, they had a couple of rapists on the team. And did they cover it up? Did they not investigate? I don't know I wasn't there. I don't know what procedures went into place. But you can't tell me that if a university has somebody who's a star player and they do something like that they're not going to turn a blind eye to it. Especially the fact that Ken Starr was there.
Yeah.
You realize if Bill Clinton had played for Baylor, then maybe they would have investigated the rape allegations. But the coach was making a reported $6 million a year. College football coach, $6 million. So what could the University of Baylor done with $6 million that didn't get funneled into the – I'm not here – that didn't get funneled into the football program?
Exactly, yeah.
But instead they did. Oh, let's see who it's from. They hung up.
Yeah.
We should say we're here at the Cigar Lounge in Plano.
Yeah, correct.
So if you hear people in the background, it's capitalism taking place.
Right. So, and that, at the school level, high school level, sports is a big deal, but that's at the college level. It's really at every level. And as a society, we put way too much value on these athletes that are out there doing their thing. And it's all over the place. I mean, you look at what's the biggest news story right now about the guy not standing up for the
Colin Kaepernick not standing up.
Yeah.
For the national anthem.
Yeah. That's a huge story right now. It's still all over the place. Why is that a big story? Why do we care that one person decided to, use his freedoms to have an opinion about something? Yes, was it an opinion that I agree with? No. But he still has the right to do that, and it should have gone away already. But because he's a sports figure and he's seen as an idol to all these children and stuff.
Or even worse, a role model.
A role model, yeah, that becomes an issue. But that just goes to show you that we put way too much value on something that has really no value other than entertainment.
We do that, though. We've always done that as a society. We don't value intelligence. We don't value knowledge. We value money. And I was actually thinking about this yesterday, oddly enough. We tend to value those things, and I think it's because they're tangible, or not tangible. We can visualize them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this guy's an athlete. He can catch the ball. I can see that. Or these people have money and status. I can see the result of that. They must be important. But if you just meet a person off the street, you're not able to gauge their intellect just by looking at them or how they're dressed. So we need something to visually cue off of, or something incredibly obvious that says to us, oh, that's a symbol of status and of success. Whereas I don't care. You could look at Ryan Lochte, the guy from the Olympics.
Right.
Very successful at the Olympics. Dumber than a bag of stones.
Right.
The guy is a moron.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, dude, it's a good thing you can swim and you're pretty, because other than that, you've got nothing.
Exactly.
And
what's he going to do with the rest of his life now that he's lost all of his,
right, all his endorsements
are gone, and now he's going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Well,
no, really, that he is.
No, I know. It's you know who else is reported to be on there?
Who?
Former Texas Governor Rick Perry.
Oh God.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Wonder if he's going to dance in boots.
I don't know, man. I mean, I get entertainment. I mean, I like movies. I like television shows to a degree, but for the most part, it's not central to my life. My life doesn't stop because of entertainment. I don't stop what I'm doing and make time for television shows. I'll binge watch them later when I have time, or I won't. I don't really care. My life is focused around my family, doing my job, having fun with my friends. That's what my life is focused on. But there's so many people out there that will just stop down for sports, and they spend so much time, so much money on it that I don't get it. It makes no sense to me.
I'm a guy who enjoys sporting events. I enjoy watching them.
I'll go see a live sporting event. I think it's great. It's a good time. But am I going to follow a team and follow players and get all these stats and get these shirts and these jerseys and get it? No, it's not my thing at all.
I think I still do that to some extent. More so, I've rediscovered my love of baseball.
Yeah.
Thanks to the world champion Kansas City Royals. But, honestly, about 3 years ago, I had a falling out with football because all it became was just people making excuses for these overpaid brats, basically.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can put these. You basically have these horrible human beings who are committing horrible crimes, and yet we're willing to give them a pass because they can catch a ball or they can run fast, and then we make excuses for them.
Yeah.
And just, you hear enough stories about the NFL and guys committing crimes. It's like, you know what? Why am I rooting for you? All you've done is turn this into, Roman gladiators of old.
Yeah.
I
I
can't root for guys like that. And so, I've kind of rediscovered baseball, where it's more like the George Carlin thing. It's like, baseball, all you want to do is get home safe.
Exactly.
It's
I'm home.
But there was a time baseball went through a dark period when they had the steroid era. You had guys like Canseco getting busted all the time. Darryl Strawberry, Dwight Gooden. They had coke problems. Mm-hmm. Baseball's not without its problems.
Yeah.
Mickey Mantle was a huge drunk. When you told Mickey, hey, it's the bottom of the fifth, he sent you out for another.
Right.
So.
Right. Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah. Somewhere, somebody out there other than Brandon got that joke.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird world we live in, and I don't really... I guess the reason that people gravitate towards that so much is because it's a distraction from their necessarily shitty lives, or, not lives that they would rather have or they think they deserve. There's a lot of entitlement out there as well. So...
And I have no problem with that. I like escapism and entertainment, and something that can kind of distract. I remember James Garner wrote in his biography that, at the end of the day, he just wanted to be remembered as somebody who made you smile. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm overpaid to do this goofy job, but I do it because if just for a little bit I get people to forget about their problems and they were entertained, great. Mm-hmm. But he knew what it was.
Yeah.
I'm not curing cancer. I'm not doing any of these great things. I just happen to find something I'm good at and I enjoy, and it makes people smile.
Yeah.
And I don't think athletes think of it that way, or not all athletes.
Yeah.
And we certainly don't with the emphasis we put on it.
True. I mean, I tend to go for entertainment that's bite-sized, like music or podcasts that I can listen to while I'm driving, and still, it activates my brain and makes me
Music
think about
is entertainment, but it also stirs a lot more because it can stir emotion, it can stir memory.
Well, you can say that sports can stir emotion, for that matter. I mean, you can have this.
Yeah, but it's in a different way. I don't think it's really introspective. I think music can be very introspective.
Yeah,
a lyric can remind
definitely.
you of something or get you on a certain train of thought.
Yeah. And especially older music that you kind of place in your memory with a certain time, and that definitely recall.
There'll be crap songs come on the radio, and yet I'll leave them on because I'm able to put myself in a time and place and have a good memory, even though this crap song was on.
Yeah.
Mostly high school because it was the 80s and there was a lot of crap music.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
it's more of that than an appreciation of Wham.
Yeah. I think my biggest problem with the way that we do sports in the U.S. is that when you for example, the Frisco thing, the city's having to pay for this for some reason, give them tax breaks, we give them $30 million. Same thing happened over in Arlington with the big stadium over there, and now the Rangers are looking at getting another stadium, which is going to put Arlington further in debt. Why do the cities have to pay for this? I don't understand.
Why are the cities paying private individuals and companies
who have a crap ton of money, who don't need it, who can get private investors to pay for these things? Why are we putting money towards this? I don't understand
because you're not coming in and
there.
creating a ton of jobs.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, we want to build our auto plant there, or we want to bring our factory in and we're going to hire thousands of people, and then, they're going to then collect pay, which they will then put back into the economy.
No, that's not what this is.
It's about one wealthy guy who is like, hey, see that star? You want that, don't you?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And all the sports teams do it, though. Jerry's able to do it for more than... Well, he's able to do it because of the team recognition, because of our mindset here.
Yeah.
But you didn't see Seattle going, man, we want to keep those Supersonics. So, now Oklahoma has a basketball team.
Right. I don't know, man. Is there a way to fix this besides...
Yeah, everybody needs to pull their head out of their ass. It teaches, I really think it gives a bad message to the students, because now you're putting that emphasis on this is what's important. What about band? What about the AV club? What about the arts programs? What about, the smaller programs that are now getting overlooked? Plus, you can't tell me that here in Texas with again, our love of football, that it just doesn't send the wrong message to the jocks that, hey, you're more important than everybody else. Because that's been a problem since high schools.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you're telling the other students, hey, this is what's valued. This is what's important. Let's come out and support the football team. You can come out and play your trombone with the band and support the team.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Maybe they're not that important, the football team. Maybe, I'd rather hang out with the AV kids.
Yeah.
But, look at me.
I can't believe it actually didn't pass. I figured that the tax was just going to pass. They were just going to pass it. The vote was more of a, yeah, you guys can vote, but that's not really, we're going to make the decision ourselves. It's going to pass. That's kind of what I figured was going to happen, because the government, at least the Frisco government's done that several times already with the school zone things. It's like, you can come voice your opinion, but the zones are going to change. You're not going to do anything about it. So,
Thanks for letting us know you're against this, but we're going to do it anyway.
Exactly, yeah. That's kind of what I figured was going to happen. Government does that all over the place. So
they do.
Yeah. Totally do.
They absolutely do.
Look at the upcoming election. I'm sure we're going to get a Democrat or Republican. We're not going to get a Libertarian. I can tell you that right now.
No.
And it's
everybody's going to choose between.
It's going to be the same thing as what happened with Gore and Bush. You might have someone win the popular vote, but the other person's going to win.
I can't imagine either of them being considered popular by anybody.
Yeah.
Again, we're coming to a point when we're going to be Demolition Man.
Oh yeah, totally.
Or Idiocracy, where we're going to lose the freedoms we have because we just sit there and surrender them like idiots. Thinking, well, it is in my best interest. I would, even if you're an idiot, make a decision in your best interest. It may be wrong, but at least you'll learn from it. And rather that than just give it over to some entity that thinks it knows better for you.
Yeah. And that's the problem is we're a society of people who bitch online but don't do anything about it, you know?
Oh,
I mean, that's
no,
totally
you don't
where
want
we are right now.
Yeah, you don't want to put your face behind it.
No, you just want to bitch about it online.
Yeah.
I have an opinion
Wait,
about this.
Is that what we're doing? I don't know, because I'll do this in person. If somebody was to walk up to me and ask, I would bitch to them in person about this. So
Yeah, but we have to take steps to change it. That's the problem, is most people aren't taking the steps to change it. They'll bitch about it plenty good.
All you can do is go out and again, and maybe we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. We're more concerned about a presidential election than we are about city politics or state politics.
Yeah.
We get wrapped up in that when really it's, hey, who am I voting for mayor or my councilman or who's going to be my state rep? Because they really impact you more than the guy over in Washington.
Correct.
But I don't know if it's just not sexy or what it is, but we tend to look at everything at a national level.
Yeah, we do.
So, I mean, that would be one way to change it. Find the name of the people on this school board that voted to give, $30 million to Jerry. Mm-hmm. And then don't
Call
vote for him
out.
again. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. I think I know somebody on the... Oh. I was just thinking about it. It's like, wait a minute. I know a guy. He's actually a councilman.
We all probably know a guy.
Well, yeah.
Just don't necessarily that guy.
Well, yeah.
I know guys that do bad things.
No, nothing like that.
Oh, okay.
I actually say no, but
you know of a gentleman.
Gentleman who is on the Frisco City Council.
Or woman, whichever. Yeah.
No, it's a guy.
Okay.
I don't judge, but I mean, no, it's a guy.
Yeah.
So
interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's everything that the way that the country's going right now. Everything's kind of going that direction. It's like we have these choices put it before us. We bitch about it instead of making proactive decisions for it, and then it happens and we bitch about it afterwards. And that's kind of the way things are going. Prime example, the FDA situation with the cigar companies.
Well, did you see their latest?
Yeah.
So you can no longer give. What was the word they used? Not gifting. You can no longer use them as. I have totally spaced on the word. Donate. You can no longer use cigars as donations. And one of the big things that the cigar industry has been involved in, from local shops to big manufacturers, is cigars for troops.
Correct.
And troops request cigars as much as they're requesting toothpaste, socks,
coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They enjoy being able to sit and have a smoke at the end of the day. Now the FDA said you can't donate these. So all these companies, all these shops that want to send cigars as a donation to troops can no longer do that. So congratulations, you're able to put on a uniform, go over and fight for your country, but your country can no longer show its appreciation in just a small way by sending you cigars.
Yeah.
The hell is wrong with us?
What a messed up situation. And you got organizations that are built on that, like Cigars for Warriors, that now have to readjust, and they're only able to take personal donations, for things. So that's going to mess that whole thing up. This was probably
early 2000s, closer to when we had first gone into Iraq and Afghanistan. And there was a picture of a soldier, and it became a rather popular photo, and he had a cigarette in his mouth. I think the kid was 18, 19, but I mean, you could just tell he'd already been through it. And people complained that the picture was out there and he had a cigarette in his mouth. And what kind of message does that send to the kids? Like, you know what? If I have grenades going off and guys trying to kill me and I'm watching friends of mine die, I think I can smoke a cigarette. How about you just back off?
I wonder what the reaction would have been if he had a beer in his hand. Would have been as, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like he can go get drunk and miss stuff because he's drunk, but God forbid he smoke a cigarette or a cigar.
Right. Then all of a sudden it's a different.
Yeah.
Then he's killing himself, and he's encouraging little kids to go out and do the same.
Oh, God.
Honestly, it's like when they changed, and I think it was Mo from Manny, Mo, and Jack, the Pep Boys. and they took the cigar out of his mouth because the statue, all the promo materials, he had a cigar in his mouth. And they took that out because people complained, said it set a bad example for kids. If your kid is looking to the Pep Boys as a role model, you have already failed as a parent.
Right.
It's like, you're done. It's like, how did that happen?
My kid's going to change tires one day with Manny Mo.
You know, I just remember growing up, and I always saw that statue of Manny, Mo, and Jack, and I thought to myself, yeah, someday I'm going to wear a blue shirt with my name on it.
Pep Boys, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, exactly. French fried taters. It's kind of the way we're going, man.
Yeah, definitely.
It really is, especially here in Texas. I don't know.
So, education system needs to get back on track. Stop
Really
with
does.
the sports.
It really does, yeah. If you want to cut a program to be able to pay for things, cut the sports program.
Right. Privatize the shit out of that. Let somebody else pay for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Why not?
Let the football guys pay for it, and, you know, whoever I don't even know brands that make football stuff. Nike can support it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nike. Well, Nike is apparently, when they did their big kickoff thing over at Jerry World 2, Nike's putting out uniforms for all the high schools.
Yeah.
Now, I can't imagine that's out of their largesse. I'm sure the schools are paying a pretty penny
I'm sure it's not out of the
for them
kindness
to
of their
wear.
hearts, no. Oh, yeah.
Wear
sure.
Nike.
Sure,
It's like, how about Nike donate that?
Right. God forbid.
Yeah, Nike's got a couple of bucks.
Yeah, they got a lot of bucks.
Yeah, everybody wants to make it like we're doing you a favor, but we're still going to make money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
free
the way of the
advertising.
world, man. That's
Then
capitalism.
I need to find another planet.
It's capitalism.
Yeah, but that's the type of capitalism that makes capitalism look like shit.
That makes us look like assholes to the
It
rest of the world.
does, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you have people going, hey, socialism, they don't seem like they're as big a dick as we are.
Right.
Now, it doesn't work, but beyond that,
Yeah.
it just doesn't seem as mean.
America's a bunch of dicks, man.
We can be.
We're bullies. We're the world's bullies, basically. If you think about it.
Sometimes you've got to be.
What other country do you know of that goes out there and will get in the middle of a war and settle things and then put a military base there? You know? For what purpose does that serve other than to make us feel bad?
Stop the commies. The big red machine.
Right. We've got a presence in so many countries we don't even have a presence in. It's not even funny.
Oh, I know. That's the idea of, that we'll ever leave the Middle East.
World police, man.
Yeah. Team America.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I mean, because, look, we've still got a base in Germany.
Yep.
Still got one in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
And those wars ended many, many years ago. So I think we'll be in the Middle East for a while.
Yeah, I think so, too.
We milked this enough?
Yeah, I think we did.
I feel better. I feel purged.
Yeah, you got it out of your system?
Kind of, yeah. I don't think I'm going to,
So what do we call this one? Love to hate sports? Or is it not sports in general? It's more
I don't know. Education. Love to hate. No, you can't say love to hate education. Love to hate Texas. Wow, that would get some hits.
Right.
I'm going to be asked to leave the state.
Move back to Canada, you commie.
Pretty much, yeah. Hey, I was born and raised. I love a lot of stuff about this state, but there is a lot of stuff we're wrong-headed about, and I'm objective enough to admit it.
Yeah.
Still some stuff I love, though.
Oh, yeah. Definitely love Texas. I would miss it if I was gone. Unless I was in California and it was nice and cool all the time. And I could smoke there, but you can't smoke in California. So.
Well, cross that right off the list.
Yeah, God forbid. You'll light up a cigar there. All right, so check us out every week or whenever we decide to post.
Yeah. Or you can still check us out every week.
Yeah,
I
just
not have
listen to old
anything new,
episodes,
but
whatever. Yeah. We're
reruns.
on Spreaker, Podcast Land.
Podomatic?
Sort of. Not really. Trying to get us there. I realized that we're not on Podomatic, so
okay.
Probably stop saying that.
Forget what I said.
But we are on YouTube now. We got the videos up on YouTube, so check out the YouTube as well. And as always, great. What?
Totally blew the bit. Sorry.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Take care, kids.